I'll try and write a little bit more clearly. All right, so if we're asked to describe a graph, we want to look to see if it has a vertex only for parabolas. There's a parenthesis in front of it. Only for parabolas and absolute value graphs. What's something else that we look for when we're describing a graph? What else did you just practice a minute ago? Max and min. We give maxes and mins as points also, with an x and a y coordinate. So I'll put that parentheses there to remind me of that. And remember, if there is no max, we will write the words no max, because that actually counts as one item in your description list. Okay, so if I'm looking for 8 and there's no max, write no max. That's one of your 8. What else? Vertex, max, min. What else do we look for when we're describing a graph? Line of symmetry. And if we have a line of symmetry, we'll just sketch it, draw it, label it. Couple more. What else? What else? What else? X, what's the word we're looking for? Starts with an I. X intercepts. So X intercepts and Y intercepts. And sometimes we'll have multiple X intercepts. So list them all. Each one is an item. And make sure you label each one of them X intercept. Anything else? The only other one I'm thinking of right now is the shape. I'm going to list here all the possible shapes. Some of these we have not seen yet. A couple of them we're going to see today. So the shape will be, the most simple graph is a line or a parabola. We've done a bunch of those. We're going to be eventually looking at absolute value graphs. And today we are going to be introduced to what a square root graph and a cube root graph look like. So those will be our options for chapter 1. We'll add some new graphs to it when we get into chapter 2 and 3, and then later in the year as well. So that will get us a good start. We're going to add a couple more things into this later on when we talk about increasing and decreasing in domain and range, but that gives us a good place to start. So from here on, when you run into a problem like 25 from the last assignment, where it asks you to describe a graph, I want you to get in the habit of flipping to this page and using this checklist to make sure that you're saying as much as you can about that graph, okay? We got this in our packet. So let's practice using it on the assignment because you're going to use it on the tests as well. Tests, by the way, is coming up in a couple weeks. About 2 weeks. I'll give you an exact date next week. Okay, let me get you guys answers to the assignment.